Hello, friends and enemies. Welcome back to Weekly Allowance, YouTube's only YouTube channel. And today, believe it or not, we are sticking our little pinky toes back into the Hammond collection. So, I did a whole review on the Hammond collection Stegosaurus, and I had been holding off on those figures for a long time because I grew up with the Kenner Jurassic Park toys, and I loved them, and I didn't think that, they could get any better. And in a lot of ways, the Kenner toys are still preferable to me. Obviously, these have more articulation. Anyway, the point is that I was kind of stuck on the Kenner hype train for nostalgia reasons and didn't really think that the new toys could compare. And I'm happy to say that I was wrong. There are still some things that I think the Kenner ones do better, but that Stegosaurus was awesome. Glad I got it. And so I am now more open to continuing to collect from the Hammond collection. So far, I haven't really bit the bullet on any of the other figures except for these. These popped up on Amazon and they were pretty cheap. I would like some of the larger figures at some point, but that is a discussion for another time. What we have today here is the tiger-striped Velociraptor and the Stygimoloch. This one is from Lost World, I think, and this is from one of the newer Jurassic World movies. I forget which one. The one with the mansion. So as always, let's look at the packaging first. Simple, small, elegant. I did forget that we had also gotten the Troodon, which also came in similar packaging. And for the Troodon, the graphic on the front was just a badly photoshopped Velociraptor graphic. So here we get more attractive, more accurate graphics on the front. Information about the creature on the side. Some nice photos on the back. I think these are renders, but maybe not. Hammond collection on the other side. Then a nice embossed Jurassic Park / Jurassic World logo up top. If I look on the back, it looks like these three, the Tiger Stripe, the Stygimoloch, and the Troodon all were in the same wave. Is that how this works? I'm still a very much beginner when it comes to the Hammond collection. I only have these, the Troodon, and the Stegosaurus, so I'm not really well versed in this line, unfortunately. But that was my bad. I could have been collecting from the start, but I wasn't. Comes with the tail unattached to make room in the packaging. Can we pop this in without heat? Let's see. Ooh, it's hard. Oh, we did it! Long-time watchers will be closely following, I'm sure, the saga of my injured hand. For those who don't know, I got attacked by a cat, my cat, who does not love or respect me. And ever since then, I've lost some strength in my hand. It's healing still. Got some battle scars. I don't know if you guys can see that, but yeah, there's one. There's some. The worst injuries were actually bite marks, and you can't really tell where those were. Anyway, so I can't really open packages or plug pieces in the way I should be able to, which is sad. It's just sad. Can't even open a toy. Pathetic. Anyway, there's our Velociraptor. Let's look at our Stygimoloch. Yeah, we're all familiar with raptors, but I think Stygimoloch is a lesser-known dinosaur. Oh, his little hand is stuck. Got it. All right, will I be able to plug this one in? Oh, on this one, the peg is in the tail. I don't know why I find that so fascinating. But does that make it easier or harder? It makes it easier, actually. All right, we've got our two creatures out of their boxes. So, despite the Jurassic Park moniker, both these creatures are from the late Cretaceous period. Velociraptor is a very famous dromaeosaur. Stygimoloch, a lesser-known pachycephalosaur, though I would say Pachycephalosaurus itself is pretty well known. Of course, it's common knowledge by now that this is not what a Velociraptor looked like. The size was exaggerated for the movies and the book, maybe. I actually have never read the book, which I need to do. The real Velociraptor is about the size of a turkey and covered in feathers. As for the Stygimoloch, I wouldn't say this is terribly inaccurate. I mean, its head might be a little bit big. The body shape might be a little lumpy. And I think the curvature of the horns might be exaggerated, but this is all just like total nitpicky stuff. I'm not really here to like discuss the scientific accuracy of Jurassic World toys. I got some big feet though. I noticed that that's a thing. I do follow what's going on with the Hammond collection on Reddit and stuff, and that's a common complaint is like the giant feet on these things. Which, I mean, I understand, because you have to get them to stand up. They don't like to stand up. Big feet help that, but only so much, as you can tell. So let's look at this Velociraptor first. Very appealing tiger stripe pattern. We've got the glass eyes. It might be kind of hard to see because they're so bright. They're yellow with a vertical pupil painted in. Some varying texture. I noticed that the tail is very pebbly, and then you've got some wrinkles on the bottom. You've got more pebbly scale work on the sides, and then the back is very wrinkly. Overall, just a nice assortment of wrinkles and bumpy scales. You can kind of see the musculature underneath, but it's not exaggerated. It's very subtle. I will say that the Kenner Velociraptors were not subtle. It was very, very exaggerated musculature and everything else, but that was part of the reason why I liked them. I love that the mouth closes all the way, more or less. It's on a hinge. Then the teeth up top are really nicely sculpted. They're all kind of one piece on the bottom, but up top, nicely serrated. But you do see that it's got a lower jaw that has to poke out a little bit to accommodate that. You kind of have to push it back. Ugh. It's got a little bit of a downward tilt too. It's more Utahraptorian in that way. Utahraptor's lower jaw kind of dips down a little bit. I don't think that was intentional with this. It was just like a byproduct of the engineering of this figure. The paint work is a little sparse, but we do have a lighter color on the bottom, but it ends right at the crotch. You don't have it continuing to the tail. Hammond collection is supposed to be more collector type figures, better detail, better paints, and they do look good. So far I'm finding that the smaller ones aren't blowing me away though, not the way that Stegosaurus did. Not much neck movement at the base. Then you've got a secondary movement at the head. Has a little bit of up and down, but mostly swivel there. Hinge on the arm, rotation. Then you've got hinge and rotation at the elbow. Rotation for the leg. Can you splay out? It can splay out a little bit, but not much. Swing on the knee. Swivel on that too. Rock and hinge on the ankle. And then you saw that the tail was on a ball joint. It's also wired, so it's bendable in theory, but I think the wire is pretty short. So now let's look at Stygimoloch. Again with the glass eyes. Again, a little bit hard to tell because they kind of blend in with the skin color of this creature. It's brown and its eyes are brown, so it's all kind of muddying together. I don't know why they would do that. They should have made the eyes a different color, I think. Some nice dry brush detail up at the dome and the horns. The horns are rubbery, so you're not going to hurt yourself. Your children aren't going to hurt themselves. I mean, I can't say that for sure. You should probably still watch them. More interesting paint scheme on this one, in my opinion. Just more going on, but still pretty drab. I like my dinosaurs a little bit more colorful. Maybe that's wrong of me, but I was a Lisa Frank kid for sure. I enjoy a more colorful aesthetic, but I do like what they got going on here. They've got the stripes, but they've also got some underspray, some interesting patterning on the neck and the face. But yeah, those eyes, they just blend in so much with the skin. Same kind of texture we saw on the raptor, some wrinkles and some bumps. It looks like there's some larger osteoderms up at the top, so that's some nice variation. And I also want to call attention to the back of the horn assortment, if I can get my camera to focus. Really nice skin texture there. I mean, ostensibly that's the part that no one's really going to pay attention to, except for me. That's really nicely sculpted. The paint on the bottom is a little bit thick. I think it's obscuring some of the details there. It's super, super thick, actually. It's very shiny, too. But I mean, this is a small figure. It's a relatively cheap figure, so we're not expecting, like, beasts of the Mesozoic here. Ooh, it gets more range in its neck than the Velociraptor, but I guess I would expect that because these guys butted heads, so they need to be able to have a nice range of movement in the neck area. Another one whose mouth opens. Look at that tiny mouth. That's so cute. This cut looks a little awkward, and that's why I didn't have a problem with the Stegosaurus not having an open mouth mechanic. That cut just looks so strange. And especially for a Stegosaurus, it's not really going to be worth it because their mouths were so tiny. It's just like a little sliver. It's kind of the same here. I mean, I like the cute little mouth, but I think it'd be fine if it didn't have that mouth open mechanic. Just like with the Velociraptor, we've got the same kind of limb movements. Tiny little forearms. Sweeping out the legs. Swivel on the knee. Rock and hinge on the ankle. Same kind of joint on the tail. And another wire there, but this one's even shorter than the raptors. These do have a problem with standing up. The Velociraptor you can kind of balance on its foreclaws, but the Stygimoloch has such short little arms, so you can't really do that. It's about the best we can do. So here they are compared to the Hammond collection. Stegosaurus, maybe a little bit big comparatively, but this is supposed to be a juvenile Stegosaurus, so maybe it's not that far off base. I'll also be a little bit of a nerd and say that I don't think a juvenile Stegosaurus would look like this, because this looks like an adult Stegosaurus, but in a smaller quote-unquote scale. And here they are with a creative beast dromaeosaur. I believe this is 1/6 scale, so this raptor isn't too far off of that. I mean, the proportions are different, obviously, but it's not that much smaller. Much like our friends here, this one does not like to stand up on its own. Don't do it. Oh, God. But yeah, so Creative Beast is a higher end toy line with a higher price point, but these are more realistic figures. This is from their very first line of dromaeosaur figures, and I think they've improved so much since then, because looking at this thing, the sculpting is a little rough, the paint's a little rough, the articulation is kind of nuts, but I mean, I still love this one. I love this color scheme. And then we have this 1/18 scale Velociraptor compared to our Jurassic Park Tiger Velociraptor. So yeah, a more accurate representation, but obviously not movie accurate. Just nice to have a fun little comparison. So yeah, these are nice figures. Like I said, the only large, and I guess it's not even large, it's medium size maybe. The only large one I have is that Stegosaurus. I would be very interested in getting some of the other ones. The Spinosaurus looks really cool. I kind of low-key really want one of the sauropods. They look awesome. So we'll see what more they come out with in the future and see what I can secure. But for now, I just have these two, the Troodon and the Stegosaurus, and they're all pretty great. These little guys especially are a lot of fun to play with. I am a total dinosaur nerd, but not so much of a dinosaur nerd that it bothers me when figures are inaccurate. Our buddy Stygimoloch does have issues standing up, despite some large feet. There you go. He's howling at the moon. Now I need a 3 Stygimoloch moon shirt. Raptor's a little bit better about it, just because of the proportions and the fact that it has these hands to lean on if it needs it. But yep, that is gonna be it for us today. Thank you for watching. As always, likes and subscribes are very much appreciated. Comments are more than welcome. And I will see you guys on the next one.